Good evening, and welcome to the Mooresville Board of Education meeting on March 18th, 2025. I would like to start off with a moment of silence. Thank you. As a matter of business and to let everybody know, Ms. Bender is unavailable this evening for personal reasons. This will not affect the business of the board, but wanted to let those that are here know why there was an empty seat. So we'll proceed on. Normally, what I do at this time is I give a quote. This month is in honor of women's history. And we all know a lot of famous women that we studied probably in school or that we've learned over the years of our life. But there are a lot of unsung heroines out there that we may not know so much about. One such young lady Rosalind Franklin, was a molecular biologist in the 50s. And she compiled data which formed the basis of the final helical model, which I believe is the helix for the DNA. And her student was the first to take a photograph with an X-ray apparatus of the DNA that we are all have in common. Unfortunately, during her time frame, which was a male-dominated time period, she was patronized by two male contemporaries who used her unpublished findings to assist in their research and ultimate Nobel prizes for the DNA. She was unfettered by this and continued to do research with RNA and with the polio vaccine. Another young lady was a Hattie Lamar, and she was a Hollywood actress, but she was also a very ingenious inventor. And during World War II, she co-developed the frequency hopping technology that laid the foundation for modern wireless communications such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And her contributions, for the same reasons, were not discovered for decades because of social biases and that sort of thing in the 40s. But I'd also like to recognize some other unsung heroines. And those would be the mothers that are in our lives. Whether by womb or by hand, they have done so much for us. And that would include our educators, who are often unsung, but have made significant and invaluable benefits to our children and ourselves as we grew up in the school system. And then I'm going to change subjects a little bit and talk about an experience I had yesterday. I had the honor, but also the unfortunate honor to attend a funeral of one of the former graduates of Mooresville High School. And over the years, I've actually had an opportunity to attend a number of these events. And you can't help but notice the outpouring and love and support that classmates that attend these functions have for the family members of those that have passed, and also for the individual that's passed. I witnessed myself at least 40 some classmates in a class size of about 140 students for this fellow that passed far too soon. But the really the special thing is that you see a commonality in these services, and it's about hope and faith, but it's also about family. It's also about brothers and sisters. It was constantly being referred to as a brother. And he's been a part of my family since I was 5 or since I was 10. And you hear those stories, they reverberate all the time whenever you go to one of these functions. And if somebody wants to know what makes Mooresville Graded School District a special place, one need only to attend a funeral, a local funeral of a graduate, a wedding, a shower, or any sort of situation in which that person is found to be in need, and you will see those classmates and that love of family in action. And I can't tell you how deeply moved I was yesterday at the kind words. And in fact, Jay Clark, who's not only a Mooresville graduate, but also an educator in our system, gave just a wonderful eulogy for his friend and brother. And it was perfect, absolutely perfect. So I will leave on that. I think I've probably talked too long, and I apologize. At this time, we need to have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Our student of the month was unable to be here this evening, so our artist of the month is going to pitch it for us and also lead the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'd like to ask Sloan Crenshaw from Rocky River Elementary to come up to the front at this time.
All right. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you. You'll be back up. All right, approval of the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the minutes of the February 11th, 2025 meeting and the February 18th, 2025 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of February 11th and February 18th. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Dr. Gardner, student of the month. Sir.
All right, good evening. As I mentioned before, our student of the month had another obligation, so she's not going to be here, but we are going to be at Rocky River Elementary on Thursday, so we're going to stop by her class and make sure that we make that special and recognize her at that time. So we're going to start with our artist of the month. Tonight we have the honor of recognizing Sloan Crenshaw, who you just met, student at Rocky River Elementary, as our artist of the month. Sloan was nominated by Miss Nelson, her music teacher, and Miss Sossman, her art teacher. So I'm going to let her come up front, and we're going to share a little bit about what they had to share about her. All right, first from Miss Nelson. Sloan's passion for music shines through in everything that she does. She's a dedicated learner who encourages others to participate alongside her. She applies her knowledge creatively when composing and creating her own music. With a love for drumming and a strong sense of rhythm and musicianship, Sloan brings energy and skill to every musical activity. And then from Miss Sossman, her art teacher, Sloan is a sweet and conscientious student. She always works hard to do her best work. She's personable and gets along well with other students and is a big help whenever one of her classmates or I need help. She's both witty and kind at the same time and is a true pleasure to teach. Please join me in congratulating Sloan as our March Artist of the Month.
Music, art, you can even step in and lead us in the pledge. The Mooresville Grade School District Board of Education recognizes you, Sloan Crenshaw, from Rocky River Elementary School, as Artist of the Month, March 18th.
Guys.
Each month, we also have the honor of recognizing a district employee that goes above and beyond in demonstrating the core values of our district. This month, we recognize Tommy Clark, District Maintenance Employee. Mr. Clark was nominated by the Rocky River Administrative Team, and I'll share a little bit about what they had to share about him once he comes up. Let's give him a round of applause. First off, the Rocky River Administrative Team shared that Tommy brings purpose, kindness, and a solution-oriented mindset to everything he does, making a tremendous impact on the Rocky River community. He keeps the school safe and clean, and that's a top priority for him, and we are so grateful for his dedication. Whether it's addressing a leaky water bottle refill station or unexpected issues like a rock in the toilet, which happens in elementary school every once in a while, right? Or stepping outside of his normal duties to hang an AED or replace a burnout showcase light, Tommy consistently goes above and beyond. His thoroughness ensures every task is completed with the highest standard, and his friendly demeanor brings joy wherever he goes. We're lucky to have Tommy as part of the Mooresville Graded Team. His hard work and positive spirit make a big difference every day. And then Mr. Neal, our Director of Maintenance, also had a few words to share. Mr. Neal echoes that sentiment, sharing that Tommy is consistently demonstrating exceptional dedication, professionalism, and an unwavering willingness to go above and beyond. His commitment to assisting others is truly commendable. He's always ready to lend a hand, no matter how the complexity or the scope of the task at hand. Whether it's regular work hours, after hours, on the weekends, Tommy consistently offers support without hesitation. Beyond this selflessness, Tommy is also proactive and enthusiastic with his contributions. He often leads the charge by volunteering for new projects, showcasing his eagerness to learn and tackle new challenges. His professionalism is evident in everything he does, from the meticulous attention to detail to his respectful and courteous interactions with his colleagues and staff. A true expert in the field, Tommy possesses a wealth of knowledge and skill that he generously shares with others. He is a respected mentor and guide, always ready to offer support and insight to his colleagues. In conclusion, Tommy Clark is an extraordinary individual whose dedication, professionalism, and willingness to assist others makes him invaluable to MGSD. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Clark as our March ABCD Award winner.
I think as long as we've been doing this, these nominations have tended to come from within the department, and that it came from the school. It was really a strong testament to the work that you do. The Mooresville Grade School District recognizes Tommy Clark for going above and beyond the call of duty, March 2020.
All right, next we have our Spotlight on People, and we are going to start with Selma Burke Middle School Girls Basketball Undefeated Conference Champions. So I'll ask them to come up front at this time. It is always hard to recognize an athletic team because sports are always happening. So I know there's a track meet today, and I'm sure that some of your fellow teammates are at that meet. So the Selma Burke Middle School Lady Bears varsity basketball team are legends in the making. This season, like last, they remained undefeated, winning the Tri-County Athletic Conference Trophy. But it isn't just their winning streak that makes them stand out. Every practice, every game, they show what it means to be a true team, working together, lifting each other up, and never backing down. In their JV season last year, being a brand new school, and they were the only JV team full of sixth graders, all sixth graders, they were underdogs and surprised everyone with their skill and work ethic. They made a name for themselves and for the school, going undefeated, 16-0, and winning the trophy. This year, they were champions from the start. On the season, the girls scored 617 points and defensively only allowed an average of 24 points a game. The fan base was amazing as well, as they brought the noise level up in the gym for every game. The last game of the season was no different. With the trophy on the line, the team didn't just win, they literally took what was theirs and won it all. I heard that last game was a real exciting game, wasn't it? The girls were challenged to compete and play with pride, and they answered the call. The gym erupted in cheers, and the Lady Bears were not just champions, but undefeated champions for 2 seasons in a row, 31-0. With most of this team being 7th graders, and we have 3 moving up to the high school next year, it's going to be another fun season of basketball at Selma Burke Middle School. Please join me in congratulating the Selma Burke varsity girls basketball team, undefeated conference and tournament champions.
Now, we'll give all of these to you, but the Mooresville Grade School District Board of Education recognizes Coach Lucy Mitchell and all of the girls who will have their own certificate. Selma Burke Middle School varsity girls basketball conference and tournament
Congratulations.
Good job, guys.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Good job, ladies.
All right, for our next spotlight, we have 2 high school 4A wrestling champions. At this time, I'd like to call Jace Barrier and Austin Green up front. Let's give them a round of applause.
Sir.
The Mooresville High School wrestling program had an unforgettable season, highlighted by the dominance of Jace Barrier and Austin Green, who both claimed regional and state championships for their respective weight class. So first off, we'll start with Jace, 120-pound champion. He put together a near-perfect season, showcasing relentless work ethic and technical mastery on the mat. He steamrolled through the competition at the regional tournament, securing his championship and earning the top seed at states. At the 4A state championship, Barrier continued his dominance to clinch the 120-pound title. His tournament run included a technical fall victory in the quarterfinals, reinforcing his status as one of the top wrestlers in the state. Barrier's season was defined by precision, endurance, and control as he consistently outscored opponents and dictated the pace of every match. His ability to adapt to different wrestling styles made him nearly unstoppable. And next we have Austin Green, 138-pound champion. This championship was a testament to grit, strength, and perseverance. As a leader on the team, Green dominated throughout the regular season and continued that momentum into the postseason. He captured the regional championship and entered the state tournament determined to claim gold. In a thrilling championship match at the state finals, Green secured the 138-pound title. His road to victory included a tough semifinal win where he showcased both strategic wrestling and physical endurance. Green's success this season was built on his aggressive style and relentless attack. His ability to push the pace and wear down his opponents played a crucial role in the championship win. With Barrier and Green leading the way, the Mooresville High School wrestling team established itself as one of the strongest programs in the state. Their individual titles brought not only pride to the school, but inspired young wrestlers who also want to strive for excellence. Their dedication, discipline, and drive have continued the standard for Mooresville wrestling, and I believe both champions are returning next season, so we're looking forward to what next season will have for high school wrestling as well. Let's give them a round of applause.
Both of my boys wrestled also, so I know this is a tough sport. And the mamas, it is the toughest for a mama to watch, bar none. And if you've not been to a wrestling match, the coaches have a couple chairs over in the corner. And I hope you guys realize that while there were some individuals that helped you a lot who were sitting in that corner, you also had your school, your family, the community, and the best coach that we all know was watching you too. Jace. The Mooresville Grade School District Board of Education recognizes Jace Barrier, Mooresville High School, North Carolina High School Athletic Association for a state wrestling 120-pound champion.
Watch out, doctor. Congratulations, guys.
Like the hair too.
No.
Mr. Whitfield, you better watch out now. All right, our final spotlight tonight, last but not least, we're going to recognize our National Board Certified Teachers. Tonight, we are going to proudly recognize and congratulate 9 educators who either attained or renewed their National Board certification in 2024. As part of the certification process, candidates build a portfolio that includes student work samples, assignments, video samples, and a thorough analysis of classroom teaching. This is a year-long process that requires a significant investment of time and energy by each participant. I'm sure all of those here would attest to that. Certification by the National Board is considered to be the highest credential in the teaching profession. So at this time, when I call your name, if you're here, if you could come up and receive a certificate. We'll start with Erin Anders. Let's give her a round of applause. Caitlin Carmody.
On top of it.
Yeah.
Amy Harris. Stephanie Roseman. Amy Ward. So all of these individuals were renewals. So even when you get the certification, they make you do more work after several years, right? Go through the process again and get renewed. Then we also have 2 new certifications that we'll recognize tonight. We'll start with Mr. Robert Fanzo. And Miss Mary Royal. Let's give them all one big round of applause, please.
Good job, good job. Congratulations.
Well done. Doctor, before you switch to highlights, I believe just a moment ago I saw another spotlight on someone, and that would be Mooresville Town Commissioner Eddie Carricker is in the back of the room. I'd like to recognize him. Highlights.
All right, next up we have our school highlights, and we will have Rocky River Elementary presenting, so I'll call their administrative team up at this time.
Good morning, afternoon. I'm still in European time. Good morning, good evening, members of the board. Dr. Gardner. It's a pleasure to be here tonight and highlight the great Rocky River Elementary School. At Rocky River Elementary School, we have committed ourselves this year to continuous improvement by learning, working, and communing as one. By leveraging this commitment, we have increased our volunteers and professional development opportunities this school year. Rocky River has a strong historical legacy of a lot of volunteers. It's something that Rocky River is known for, but because of COVID, the doors had to be shut. In the last 2 years, we have really thrown them back open and invited the community back in. Last year, we had 100% of our Rocky River families participate in some event or activity at our school. This year, we wanted to not just have the families come in, we wanted to work alongside them. So we set a goal to increase our volunteers by 20% from last year. And we are very proud to say that we have blown that goal right out the water. This slide says that we have 199 volunteers. That is not correct anymore. We have much more than that. Ms. Earnhardt has led this goal for us this year in our school improvement team. And so she is here to share with you about how we have been successful in this goal. How do we make the video?
Fancy.
Click this button here.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. Come on, Scott.
So while we're working on that, just so you know, the goal set up here that we were at currently 199. Well, before spring break, we went to 210. So we're very excited that we will probably, even though 200 has been our new number that we're reaching to, the next time we meet with our school improvement team, my little team will probably try to go to 250 because we just keep on reaching for more because there's no roof there. So this little book right here, if it opens, great. If not, we will just make it work. But I think Book Creator is going to do it for us. Yeah, very good. So this kind of gives you an overview of our Culture of Relationships goal. As you can see here on the left, how it coincides with our district goal. But to the right, on the right page, you'll see our 2 scoreboards. Kind of helps us track our lead and lag goal. So here at the top, you can see we try to strive to have lots of opportunities for different times of the day, for different days of the week, for working with children or without children because some people just aren't as comfortable. And then the bottom just gives us an overview of how we're doing with our overall goal. So our next page just magically happens, but we need to go back. A little happy there. This is our little spreadsheet of how we keep up with who's been in the building. So those are 210 individuals, not 210 people that just keep coming back made up of 5 people. These are actually 210 people that have come in at least once and supported our racers. So different ways that they have come in, just to kind of give you an overview. So we've had some decorators, we've had parents, grandparents, uncles coming in on Fridays, kind of a male day to come in and welcome students during morning arrival. Being a mystery reader, and you're going to hear from one of our teachers at the end just what that means to her, but lots of mystery readers this year. We've had volunteers prepping materials for activities, and then so many have joined us on trips off campus this year, and many more to come even on Friday. We have another chance on Friday. So here you can see this is our spreadsheet. I keep up with who they are, who they're connected to with the student, what they were here for, and then we give them a thank you note to just show our thanks. And so even if they come back 5 times, we try to do that, but we keep track of at least them coming once. On the right, you'll see just some of our images. So we had, for our Manners Luncheon that we do annually, we had some moms come in and to decorate, which was really fun this year. The Welcome Back Roadies, we've had dads, grandpas, and uncles. Again, that's that male figure that we've had to come in on Fridays, the first Friday of the month. We jam out and they welcome kids to come to school and get excited. And then we've had so many mystery readers. There at the bottom, there's one of a beekeeper. A grandma came in, and she was in her full outfit, and she read a story, and Miss Harriman, one of the teachers, is actually going to speak a little bit in regards to that. We go to the next page. Thank you. And what we'll do next is we'll hear it firsthand, but our goal was to increase by 20%, and so far we're at 300%. So I'm very excited about this goal. We've done a great job as a staff of thinking of ways to include our stakeholders. And I have 3 videos, if they will pop up, just short clips on what it means to our stakeholders. The first one is one of the dads that comes. He's actually been to every Welcome Back Friday.
And he just talked about how it made him feel excited to greet the kids, to kind of give them that morning boost. I know, Mr. Brawley, you've been there, so we appreciate that. It's just fun to get kids excited about coming into school. They see the same faces opening the doors every morning, so it's fun to have something new. We have a set of children who tell why Miss Neff, who comes every Monday to work with words, reading letters and sounds and putting those together to make some smaller words, kind of like flashcard type stuff. And so the kids are popping up and they're saying what that means to her for each one of them for her coming in. And then the last one I have is Miss Harriman. She's a first grade teacher, and she talks about the mystery reader. So if you just click on them, they should play. Yep, perfect.
Well, I volunteer as part of the Finally Friday Dads group, and so it's really nice to brighten the kids' Fridays at the end of the week, and it's just great to see them go in, give them high fives, and send them off into the weekend. It's just really great to see.
This is why we love Miss Neff. She helps me to make me laugh. She helps me with my letters. She's nice to me. She helped me at the Davidson basketball game. I go because she's my mom.
What has a mystery reader meant to our classroom? It has been a wonderful homeschool connection. Being able to give parents and grandparents the opportunity to come in and share what their personality and share what they like and bring it in and combine it with the curriculum adds an extension to it, gets the kids excited, and honestly, gets me really excited about it too. So I'd like to thank all of our mystery readers, and I'm gonna keep going with it.
So it was really important to us at Rocky River to think about our past and grow into that past. It was also important to us this year to look into our future and blaze some new roads for us to drive our racers down. So with the help of the full school staff at the last required workday last year, and then our school improvement team this year, we created a goal that our staff would increase in their self-efficacy and their belief that they have the knowledge and the tools to meet the needs of the unique learners at Rocky River. We simply wanted to aim for their belief, because the first thing in our ability to do something is the belief that we can do it. These guys right here believe they can win the state championship. That's how it was manifested. And so that's what we did at Rocky River this year. To do that, we have had many professional developments in our every staff meeting this school year, except for December, which was canceled to inclement weather, which was surprising to everybody. So what we have done is we've looked at staff feedback. We have taken walkthrough data on Mosaic, observation data, educator handbook data, student academic data. We review this in our instructional leadership team meetings on Monday. And then we identify the areas that Rocky River needs to continue to grow into. After that, the instructional leadership team identifies the staff that already has this skill set, and we ask them to lead a professional development on that. It's staff-led professional developments for the staff every month. These last 15 to 20 minutes. Here are some examples for you. Our behavior technician, which is a new position at Rocky River this year, and we give a lot of great gratitude for, worked with our speech therapist to lead sessions on Gestalt language acquisition, which are students or children who use scripts to communicate. We had Ms. Earnhardt and our school counselor lead sessions on the impact of childhood trauma and brain development, and they received that knowledge from a district-provided professional development to them with Cheryl Fuller. We had a preschool teacher assistant lead 2 sessions now on the 4 pillars of health. And we've had teachers lead professional developments on leveraging UFly phonics data, engagement strategies across the board, and math tools. My personal favorite has been the self-guided classroom tours and seeing the immediate applications of staff after they have these visits. And we're going to invite you to have those walkthrough tours on Thursday. We do have a short video for you here. I don't see it though. There it is. Okay, so right there in the black picture, that is what the teachers fill out when they do their individual classroom tours, and we'll provide that for you, members of the board, and Dr. Gardner on Thursday. There's some pictures from the brain development and trauma. That's a great engaging activity that I encourage all staff in Mooresville to do. And then we have Ms. Kubert there, and our behavior technician, leading another session using Quaver tool, which is our SEL core curriculum, and how to use that for interventions within the classroom. We have members of our staff providing one word for how this has impacted them this year. If you'll click on Ms. Patricia Kennedy's face.
Our PDs have been inclusive,
applicable,
proud,
outstanding,
very diverse,
helpful,
innovative,
change of perspective,
beneficial,
outstanding,
eye-opening,
convenient, relatable,
we get to learn from each other, supportive,
informative,
adding a little dazzle and sparkle to our U-Fly time.
excellent.
Together we are stronger.
And Senorita Isa really summarized that for us. This year, we are as one. Together, we are stronger with our volunteers and our community, and also by leveraging the knowledge that we already have to grow our neighbor and our colleague. So thank you for this opportunity, and we look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Any questions?
In regards to the volunteers, I know all of the schools would love to have more volunteers in their buildings. What did you do this year that was different to elicit this kind of response?
Well, I'll just say, we came up with lots of suggestions and put advertisements for the teachers, because it's really, it's the teachers that need to reach out and welcome, So ideas such as a video of tying shoes so that you don't have to do it 40 times. Having the mystery reader, once a month, once a week, and then they see that from their colleagues and say, oh, well, I can do that too. I can give 10 minutes. I can give 15 minutes. And then just talking about it. And then I think just with our community, they see each other coming in. And then our pit crew, which is our PTA, they do a great job too of showcasing opportunities. So just thinking of what we used to do, and then coming up with more creative ways to get people involved, and saying, hey, I don't need to do that myself. Maybe I can bring in someone. Like the Manners Luncheon, for example, we did that as a staff. But hey, we can have 2 tables for our parents to decorate, and they absolutely had a ball. So just thinking outside the box of ways that we can bring in our community, whether it's uncles, grandparents, parents themselves.
So it sounds like people are more responsive if you tell them what they're going to be doing, that there's something specific.
Absolutely.
Instead of saying, just come. We'll
Absolutely. I think anybody would like to know what the purpose. Right. But yes, so we've just given lots of a variety.
I think with the for the dads on Friday, I think when all the dads pull up and they see other dads out there, that was a great selling point.
Yeah.
So they would go park and then they would come join. So, I think, when you lead by example, and as they see, what's going on, they're more inclusive to getting involved. So great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be April the 8th at same place this time around and same time. So 6 o'clock. Staff reports.
Yes, sir. We will start with Dr. Royal, who will share an update on maximizing opportunity and achievement.
Good evening, Mr. Whitfield, Dr. Gardner, members of the board. Tonight, I bring you some updates from the priority area of maximizing opportunity and achievement. As I normally do, I'll start with some athletic updates first. Our JV boys basketball team from Mooresville Middle School won the conference tournament last month, beating North Rowan Middle School in the championship game. The varsity boys basketball team from Mooresville High School advanced to the second round in the state playoffs after winning a home playoff game in the first round. It was their first home playoff game in over 20 years. Mooresville High School Athletic Hall of Fame inducted the class of 2025 back on March 1st. Special thank you to everyone who assisted to make that night special for all of our inductees and their families, specifically Dr. Marsh, Kathy Black, members of the athletic boosters, and the administration at Mooresville High School. Mooresville High School has started a boys volleyball club team. Throughout the years when we get enough interest for an athletic endeavor, in this case here, boys volleyball is on the rise. We've added girls flag football over the last 2 years, and we had enough interest to start a boys volleyball club team. They hope to grow that program. If that interest continues, they have had a couple matches, and that'll continue for right now. It's playing actually in March and April are their home games and away games, so we'll see how that goes. But we're excited to offer another opportunity to our student athletes. Spring sports, as Dr. Gardner mentioned, those are well underway at both our middle schools and at the high school level. And lastly, from athletics, March is National Athletic Training Appreciation Month. Here in Mooresville, we're blessed to have multiple folks who help keep our student athletes healthy and safe during practices and contests. We're blessed to have Miss Hannah Pierce, who's a certified athletic trainer, one of the best in the business, along with her team at the high school of Heather Burleson and Tannen Konopka. At the middle school level, we have our first responders, Lori Denzel, Shauna Gallman, Julie McEwen, Kaylin Behrens. They all assist our middle schools. Again, so we're very blessed in Mooresville to have folks who work in our buildings and get to know our kids on a day-to-day basis, and then also work very well with our coaches and our athletic directors. Some school updates. We were just notified yesterday that our middle school dance teacher, Miss Carly Thompson, has won the Excellence in Dance Education Award from Belmont Abbey. They had over 30 teachers nominated with over 1,500 votes. Ms. Thompson had the most votes, and the award comes with a $1,000 grant that she will be able to split between Mooresville Middle School and Selma Burke Middle School to help the dance program. Mooresville High School took 13 students to the 2025 Skills USA Northwest Region Conference and Career Showcase at Wilkes Community College earlier this year. Our Skills USA chapter brought home 7 medals, including customer service, first place, David Sirocco; prepared speech, first place, Manju Marangandam; drone pilot, second place, Tobin Shank and Cody Webster; additive manufacturing, third place, Cameron Stissel and Ember Nordine; and architectural drafting, fourth place, Tyler Duvall. So congratulations to those students and teachers. Just a reminder to all of our families that kindergarten registration for the 25-26 school year is still ongoing. Began on February 3rd. Parents can find more information on the district website or reaching out to any of our elementary schools. The first LEGO League team from Selma Burke Middle School competed in the state competition on Sunday, March 2nd in Greensboro. If you remember, that was supposed to take place earlier in the year, and then we had some inclement weather that pushed that competition to March 2nd. Out of the state, 57 teams competed in the state championship for First LEGO League. Although the Seahorses from Selma Burke will not be advancing to Texas for the national competition, they were awarded the Motivation Award out of all the schools there. So again, congratulations to the Seahorses from Selma Burke. Special shout out to all the adults that helped, specifically Connie Kramer. She does a lot for us, and the teachers and staff and parents involved in LEGO League. Mooresville High School's class of 2025. We are in the fourth quarter now. Our students, our seniors, picked up their caps and gowns on March 6th. So the special events and celebrations that come along with being a senior have started. A lot of excitement around the senior class as they gear up for that graduation on May 24th. Speaking of Mooresville High School, the course registration process for our rising high school students started before spring break, as our current 8th through 11th graders made their course requests for the upcoming school year. And again, as we start finalizing those things so we can start building our master schedule and looking ahead to next year. MGSD had a team of K-8 teachers attend the Southwest Literacy Summit today in Charlotte, and 2 of our South Stars, Ms. Yerger and Ms. Demers, represented the district well by being selected to present. And lastly, Mooresville High School has their ACT boot camp that's happening the next 3 days to prepare our juniors for the upcoming ACT, which will take place on March 25th. as long as the technology kinks have been worked out from the state level. But again, Ms. Graham and her staff have put a tremendous amount of work into preparing for the ACT boot camp. They saw some really good gains from that last year with our students and kept that in the strategic plan, or their school improvement plan this year to help our juniors. Also, shout out to our maintenance staff. Mr. Neal's probably gone. I know they were helping set up today in preparation for the ACT boot camp. So at this time, that concludes my report for maximizing opportunity and achievement. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next up, we have Dr. Smith, will be representing Safe, Happy, and Healthy.
Thank you, Dr. Gardner, Mr. Whitfield, members of the board. So I am presenting tonight on behalf of Dr. Albert and I. She is recruiting. I do want to share a little bit of information about our school nutrition department. They recently experienced an annual review from North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. The annual review evaluates whether the school nutrition program is operating in compliance with federal and state policy and regulations. The areas for review are statutorily prescribed and include all areas of program operations, including our local wellness policy. I'm very pleased to say that Ms. Birchfield and her staff have done an amazing job, and there were no findings from the AR that we had. An official letter will be forthcoming, but congrats to our school nutrition department for running such a tight ship and doing such a great job. I also would like to personally thank the Board of Education again for your recent approvals for the purchase of new large screen displays for all of our classrooms. Over the break, we were able to finish all 3rd through 12th grade classrooms with new ViewSonic displays, and also get and finish all the K2 classrooms with new Promethean displays. This does include all specialists and enhancements, everything except the gyms. So I do want to make a huge shout out to 2 members of the technology department, Tony Harrell and Jennifer Starnes, for spearheading these projects. So all classrooms now have new displays, and I'm sure the principals are very happy about that. So I am also very excited to announce tonight that we have been awarded another Safe Schools grant from the state of North Carolina in a total amount of $294,507. Of that, $165,000 will be used for equipment, $90,000 will be for students in crisis, and $39,507 will be for training to increase school safety. So we're very happy that we have received that grant again this year. And this is also in addition to $109,998 that we've already received from the state in that same category for school resource officers. So a couple things here from Dr. Albert. Wanted to share that Southern Family Medicine will be hosting an informative session of the dangers of vaping. It will be held on April 10th at 5:30 at Selma Burke. So if you know anybody interested or you've got friends and family that need to know about vaping, especially with what's in vapes today, it would be a great opportunity for some of our parents. Also, our EC department will be hosting our annual Resource and Transition Fair on April 1st at Mooresville Middle School from 3:30 to 6. We have several new vendors joining us to provide resources and information for families of children with disabilities. We will also have staff on hand to answer questions for families as they transition their children from one school to the next, and we'll have information on local universities who have programs for students with disabilities. And that concludes Dr. Albert and my report for Safe, Happy, and Healthy.
Dr. Smith, is there an opportunity for the vaping presentation to be live streamed?
We can certainly look into that, absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Pennell.
And I think families need to know that you don't have to have a child who's receiving EC services to attend. Those vendors offer a lot of services that most families could benefit from.
Absolutely. Thank you, Beth.
All right, Dr. Smith is going to be pitch hitting as well for Recruit, Grow, and Retain, as Ms. Kuhn is doing the first part of that, recruiting.
Yep, she's with Dr. Albert, so y'all get me twice tonight, sorry. From Ms. Kuhn, we are in the midst of the recruiting season, and so far we have visited 8 colleges and universities this spring, including North Carolina A&T, UNC Charlotte, App State, and ECU. Ms. Kuhn and Dr. Albert are currently on their way or just got to Pittsburgh for a fair up there. We're also excited to host our first Mooresville teacher hiring event. We are inviting top education students who we have met at job fairs to learn more about Mooresville Graded on April 3rd and 4th. Participants will be able to visit schools, meet with principals, and potentially leave with a job offer. So that's something new that our HR department is working on. And Ms. Bussell, if she's still, yeah, she's taking care of that for us as well. We are thankful for all the talented teachers here and the professional staff in MGSD, and congratulate those who renewed their national boards and were the first-time recipients tonight as well. And our beginning teacher celebration will be held on April 10th, and we are looking forward to celebrating with them at a drop-in event. And I'm sure if you need more details on that, Ms. Bussell will be happy to share those with you. And that's all from Ms. Kuhn at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And next up, we have Ms. McLean with Culture of Relationships.
Good evening, Chairman Whitfield, Dr. Gardner, and members of the board. So the week before spring break was a busy one. We held our final teacher advisory committee meeting and parent advisory committee meeting for this school year. We had some really good topics. We had solicited topics from the committee members. In both PAC and TAC, we discussed cell phone usage and some of the ideas around potential new policy coming down from the state around cell phone usage in schools. In TAC, we also discussed advanced teaching roles. And then in parent advisory, we discussed the role of fundraising in our schools, what is working and what they would like to see improved. For PAC, we actually received more topics than we had time to get into, so we are going to put any of those topics into a document to share back out with them. Also, the week going into spring break, we had our SHAC meeting, and that was a really good opportunity. We had Miss Genevieve Glazier with Be Well Iredell there to speak, and she talked to the group about opportunities they can provide for small groups and classes in our schools. They're already working in ISS district, and so that's something they want to bring to Mooresville Graded. We're excited about growing this partnership with Be Well Iredell. In addition, our team is planning our Happy Healthy Day for May 1st, but more information will follow about that. Today, I had the good fortune to attend the Bridge of Hearts open house for their 5-year birthday. Bridge of Hearts has been a partner of our district since 2019 and when it was founded. And while it is completely volunteer-led, its philanthropy in our schools has grown tremendously. When I first met with Linda Morris, a retired educator, in 2019, the idea was to bring cupcakes and a book or a stuffed animal in for those kids who might not have the resources to have a classroom party. You know, a lot of our parents bring in and have a classroom party. And now it's grown into games and clothes, and for the upper grade kids in high school, they get gift cards. And it was really neat to see their stores where they pull this from and make these bags. And they work so with our school counselors who do a great job of finding those students who might need some of this, these items. And then the school counselors work with the parents to get lists of what these kids, you know, are looking for. So that was a fun event today, and we are thankful for that. This Saturday from noon to 4 is Mooresville Day. That will take place all along Main Street. We will have a table there with some kindergarten registration information and employment information, as well as our Mooresville High School Blue Devil will be taking part in a dance-off at 1:30 p.m. And I want to give a huge shout out, thank you to Selma Burke Middle School's Mr. Beeman for agreeing to take part in that dance-off because nobody wanted to see me trying to do it. I also want to give a shout out. This afternoon, Dr. Rogers reached out to see if Miss Angie, the school cafeteria manager at Parkview, could put on the Patriot suit and come help me hand out information. So I look forward to spending the afternoon with her. If you're downtown on Saturday, please stop by, check out Mr. Beeman dancing in the Blue Devil and Miss Angie in her costume. And then finally, today we shared communications about the Love United Iredell campaign that's happening now. And in addition, as part of this event, there's a really fun afternoon and evening at the Motorplex here in Mooresville The Driven to Make a Difference fundraiser event is the culminating event for the United Way's Love United Iredell. So if anybody wants more information, it's been posted to social media and sent out in Parent Square. Any questions?
When did you say the Happy Healthy Day is?
It's going to be May 1st, and I'll have more information. We're combining it with our last STEAM event, which isn't going to be so much STEAM. This event is going to be history walks of downtown Mooresville. So, but it'll start at Liberty Park, the walk will, and yeah, so. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Doctor?
All right, next up is my report. So good evening, board members. It is hard to believe we are in that final quarter of the academic year. Our schools are going to be hard at work over the next 2 months as they strive to finish the year strong and ensure that every student is prepared for the end-of-year testing. I can't say enough how proud we are of all the work of our students and staff members that they've put into making this year a successful year. And then while the end of the year typically brings a focus on state and federal mandated assessments, I want to take this time to encourage the parents and the community at large to utilize the multitude of opportunities over the next 2 months in our schools to see our students' various talents on display. We're going to have several opportunities to see our students in action in athletics, drama, chorus, dance, robotics, art shows, CTE competitions, talent shows, band performances, just to name a few. And while we know that test scores have value, and they certainly are important, there's so much more that our district has to offer to help our students grow, thrive, and succeed in life. Thank you, and that concludes my comments for tonight.
Thank you, sir. As a reminder, we have our monthly visit to Rocky River Elementary School Thursday morning, 9:30, so we'll expect everybody to be there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We have the State Superintendent Community Forum at Winkler Middle School in Concord on the 26th of March, so I think we had to give notification to attend that. If somebody still wants to, I'm sure we can arrange that as well.
There's an online
It was a virtual,
opportunity that I sent in an email too, if you
Okay,
can't
thank you.
attend.
Okay. And then we have a true smorgasbord of athletic events starting tomorrow through the end of the month that please feel free to attend and support our MGSD family. As I said earlier at the beginning of the meeting, it truly, you see the representation of that family in real time in events like yesterday, and it's powerful and moving. So please be duly noted about these events and try to attend what you can. That concludes my event notification. Public comments, I understand there are none.
No, nobody signed up.
Items for approval, Dr. Gardner.
Thank you, sir. We have Mr. Oral, Dr. Wade, and Ms. Conley, who are bringing back our summer testing plan that they presented last month for approval tonight.
Good evening, Mr. Whitfield, Dr. Garner, members of the board. Last month, we presented our summer testing plan for review, and each year we are required to get board approval for our plan. So tonight, we are here formally requesting approval for our summer testing plan.
Yes, sir.
Any questions that the board has prior to voting on that?
We have a request to approve the summer testing program. And I guess we've had a month to review that. Is there any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the summer testing program as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the summer testing program as presented. All those in favor, vote with the usual signs.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. And I do want to acknowledge there is a lot of work that
It
goes
is.
into those last 10
Yes.
days. Our initial testing happens the last 10 days of the school year, and then we have to take all that data, turn it around, get in contact with parents. Our administrators in the room spend some long evenings during that time trying to put all the pieces together to make that work. So I want to make sure I recognize them for all the work they do to make that happen.
Okay, well, that now we come to the time in the board meeting that we need to go into closed session under GS 143-318.11 subsections A1, A3, and A6 We're going to go into closed session to discuss matters with our board attorney and personnel issues. I will entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, vote with the usual signs.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to,
I
approve
move
the
that we
personnel
approve
list.
the personnel list as
okay, that
presented.
is
This is a rowdy group.
do I have a second to approve
Second.
personnel? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
So early.
Motion carries. No further business. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This might be a record.